Mr. Lee. Got yourself here, or your little 2-pill that you sent up. Lee sent me this beautiful note. Lee's a repeat customer of mine. Lee's got a BBI kick-ass base station unit that he runs. But he's got one of these little Fat Boy 2-pill base units laying around that he uses to drive the other boxes that, you know, aren't. He doesn't have a high drive radio and he wants to kick them into another amp. So he sent it up, said, dude, just go through it, check it out, make sure it's right, make sure it's good, and get her all up and going for me. He was having some problems with the input. So I went through, I added a new variable on the front because it had a burn mark in it. And it had two DEI 2290s in it, and I replaced them with Toshiba non-red dot 2290s. And beefed up the power distribution wire just a little bit. Soldered the two terminals on the capacitor because they weren't soldered. And I noticed on the back the coax connectors were broke off from the board. And the other thing Lee asked me to do was there was a little tiny fan, like a little 80 millimeter fan that was in the top that was really super loud. He said, man, get rid of that. So I got out my 120 millimeter punch and I punched out a new hole for him in the top, and I put a 120 millimeter Evercool ball bearing fan in here to make it super quiet. And I'm here to tell you, it's quiet. He can't stand that noise. So all that aside, went through it top to bottom, and it's now working perfectly. Good input tune, good output tune. The preamp is working, sideband delay is working. Now, Lee, this is just delay. As you can see, there's no sideband bias on this. So you want to use this primarily on AM. That's for a low watt dead key. Let me put the tin on it. We're going to hook some coax up to it. We'll run it out with the 2950, and we're going to show you what you get out of it for watts. It's going to be just a second. Put the lid on it, and I'll be right back. Okay, Lee, we got the lid back on it. Turn that radio down. Got the lid back on it, bud. And I wanted to show you how quiet this fan is. Much more quiet than that egg beater you had on here before. Much quieter. So now what we're going to do... Oh, shit. Turn the radio up. Okay, that's our static 4. Preamp on, preamp off. Preamp on, preamp off. Now the reason that's important, Lee, is because I took the stock transistor that's in here for the preamp and I replaced it with a newer transistor that has a higher signal to noise floor ratio. So that means less static, is what that means. It's not that I don't understand how to build them, it's that I choose not to. Personally, I think the preamp is the weakest link in the amplifier next to the variable power. I try to suggest to everybody that you just leave your variable all the way open and use your radio to run the dead key of the whole device up and down. It's just a personal thing, because I get a lot of them where the guys run them like right here, and there's a hole blown in the variable right here. Blow a hole in the variable, and all of a sudden the amplifier is no good. So, all that aside, Lee, that's all squared away. New preamp involved. Got a 100 watt slug in 5X and PEP. Got a 100 watt slug in average. 5 watt slug in reverse, back from the Bird 10,000 watt dummy load. And let's see, 5 watt slug between the 2950 and the little 2-pill. So let's get this puppy fired down. See, I'm skipping a step already. So we're going to come over here and take a quick look. Now, with this thing in 5X, you've got to read that middle scale, you guys. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, add a 0. Okay? About 35 watts worth of peak drive. About 20-ish, give or take, peak power. Should be about 7. Anywho. Here's our standard wave talking through the box. Almost non-existent. So let's go ahead and fire this puppy up. So now we're keyed, Lee. Here's our input tune. Here's our output power. About 60 Bird. And about 300 PEP. Remember on this one, it's reading face value. So that 100-watt slug, we're going to look at the bottom scale, add a 0. Audio. That's 60 bird. About 300 PEP, give or take. That's it. Reflect from the bird 10,000 watt dummy load. Non-existent. That's it, Lee. You're all squared up and ready to go. This is as tough as this thing's going to be. And with those good transistors in there, it's going to last you a lifetime, brother. On that note, we're already all squared up, so I'm going to put it in the mail to you tomorrow. Take it over to UPS, get it boxed up, and it's on its way home. Lee, I appreciate your patience. I appreciate you sending it up, giving me the opportunity to work on it for you, brother. I got to mosey on to the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one. And I'm getting overloaded, you guys. I've got something like 290 amps in-house right now for repair. I got something like 30 more amplifiers on the books for this year already. I'm busy. I mean, I'm busy. Covered up to my eyeballs, so I appreciate it, you guys. I've got to be one of the busiest builders in the industry right now that's a one-man band. That says a lot. And I owe it all to you guys, the YouTube viewer. So appreciate your support. Appreciate you guys tuning in and sending me up all these projects. Lee, I appreciate your friendship and your unwavering support that you've had for me all these years. That means a bunch to me, brother. Give your missus the best, and I'm out of here on to the next one. Gentlemen, my name is BBI. Without a shadow of a doubt, I am the biggest mud duck in Idaho. Come check us out, www.bbiamps.com. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram. I am everywhere, and I am on every social media thing. Come check out our webpage. If you got any questions that you can't find on a webpage, call that number and make sure to click subscribe. I'll see you guys. Once again, thanks for everybody's support. I'm gone. Bye.